Joe from the Angry Joe Show being based. Fuck guys, fuck Donald Trump. Get the fuck out of here using Halo for your shitty, dehumanizing police state propaganda. No one thinks your shit is cool besides how low IQ her MAGA cult members on X. Half of which are bots. Y'all gonna find out soon in the next election. Paste. I think Joe Vargas or Angry Joe Show. I really like this guy just maybe because back then I used to watch angry reviews, and the angry reviews would be some of the most banger content that I have watched during that time. Okay. I remember what is it like Elder Scrolls Online. Oh my god, that video was so funny. And Highway to Hell. He reviewed that that one as well, and he reviewed Rambo. Dude, these are the peak. That's peak. That's like just peak Angry Joe. I don't know about his newer videos. I don't know any of his like newer stuff, but I'm like, I really like it. I really like that. Joe was one of the first people who put effort into doing video game stuff on YouTube. That's right. And honestly, he's probably the only one who does like high effort stuff for video games. Because typically what people do for video games is that they just do anti-woke slop. But I think with Joe, like he does actual reviews. Like he does actual reviews. He does like he's not like IGN game critic or anything like that. He's not like a journalist or anything. In fact, in my opinion, he's more accredited than them. Just mainly because like he is really fair. He's actually really fair with the way that he grades things. He plays a game usually all the way through. All the way through, unless it's impossible to finish, right? Like even a horrible game, he'll play all the way through, compliment the story, try to pick out the very few good parts, even if it's a really bad game. And yeah, like I really appreciate that. Like that's like very high quality stuff that you do not see on YouTube nowadays. It's old YouTube type stuff, but yeah. And he won't do reviews until he's finished the game, which is why they're late. Yeah. Okay. Fuck guys. Fuck. So and Angry Joe is also based when it comes to politics. Okay. I think that he has always beefed with Trump supporters. Like this is not a new thing. Yeah, like he's always beefed with Trump supporters. I think at first he was a little bit more amicable. He was a little bit more sympathetic towards them, I'm sure. And he was a little bit more apologetic. But I think just because he's Latino himself and everyone around him is also Latino, like obviously he's gonna feel some kind of personal way about it, right? But yeah. Sorry for talking about Angry Joe so much, because I used to be an Angry Joe fan. Like I used to watch him all the time, and honestly, like I can like I don't mind watching him now. It's just that I have other things to watch and do. But still waiting on those Epstein files. We were so pissed and worked about earlier. I'm waiting for Trump to tell me what to believe. Yeah, and he's just beefing. Superman, what the fuck are you talking about? Superman was great, but seriously, aren't you that sad, lonely, failed game developer turned online grifter? Lol. How's your game? Oh yeah, those two Grummz. How's your game coming along these days? Still ripping people off? You're what's wrong with the industry. It's why you were fired and ostracized. So, I think with Grummz, he is like a genuine grifter, by the way. He's a lot like Drew Pavlo, grifting for the right. And he farms like impressions. Because what he did was that he used to brag about like working in Blizzard. I know it sounds very familiar now, Pyre Software, but Grummz brags about working at Blizzard, right? And he tried to raise money for games that he wanted to develop himself, like indie games, I'm sure, right? And after years and years of so-called development, all he's got to show for it is a really, really bad tech demo, where it's just like low polygon 3D tech demo type shit that is just completely useless. Who knows where the rest of that money went? But did you know the first time he had a fundraiser, it turns out that he spent all that money on a bus. Yes, he spent all that money on a personal bus. All right, like a large car, like a RV, like a designed RV. Okay, all the money from all the people who donated to him, he spent on a vehicle, not on the game. Okay, that is supposed to go to the game. I'm just saying, he spent on the vehicle, and people were stupid enough to donate a second time. All right, because anti woke people are just morons, I guess. And now he's just grifting. And what happens is that Tectone, Asmongold, and Refsace Desu uses his tweets all the time in order to wage war against the left because Grummz just grifts online, You have never seen Power Software and Grummz in the same room? True. Also, Grummz is like a total fucking Coomer loser as well. Like, if you ever saw this guy IRL, I mean, not to body shame, but damn, like he's like the stereotypical basement dweller, like body archetype. Yeah, like just a loser in every way. And yeah, it's true that Grummz is ostracized, okay, and for good reason. It's honestly kind of funny to me. Like, it's kind of funny to me that um content creators who does news about video games are oftentimes the most ignorant when it comes to worker abuses in the workplace when it comes to video games, right? Because I don't remember if it was Grummz that had a scandal or something, like a sex scandal or some shit like that. I don't know, in the original workplace that he worked in. But it's just kind of funny how these people who care about the video game industry so much, right, to make 50 videos every single time there's a black person or a girl as one of the leading roles in any video game, and say that they're trying to push diversity values and stuff like that. They don't talk about any like they don't talk about any like better workers treatment. They don't talk about any of that. If anything, they go after developers for being given orders to develop a game, right? Instead of going after people who make the decisions, right? Telling the developers what to do, they go after the developers, dox them, harass them. Like that's nuts to me. Like, yeah, anyway, it's just like the entire media sphere is just very blackpilling. Just mainly because like they are overworked, but no attention is given towards them. Just very sad stuff. It probably doesn't help that Mortal Kombat 10 developers got PTSD from developing the fatalities, that they most likely were not given enough time off. They most likely did not receive enough therapy or any kind of therapeutic treatment, so they got PTSD. Yeah, great stuff. Amazing. Well, I haven't heard a peep. Haven't heard a peep from Asmongold or Tectone. I don't think so, right? I'd be surprised if they did, but let me see. Tectone, Asmongold, Mortal Kombat 10 drama. Nope, nothing. Kind of funny. Nope, nothing. Yeah, I just googled it right now. There's nothing. Nope, they never made it at the time. Okay. Yikes. Okay, well, Superman. Blah, blah. How do devs get PTSD from Mortal Kombat? Well, when you're overworked and like you're just completely burnt out and you're working on fatalities, like some of the like gruesome like realism of the fatalities get burned into your mind, right? Like the gore and shit, because of how realistic they make them. That makes sense. Like especially when you're being overworked, right? No, the PTSD story isn't real. 4 years ago. Actually, maybe it's not real. Who knows? Oh, Kotaku put up an article about the cinematics dev saying he got PTSD while working on Mortal Kombat 11. Okay, 11. The dev was never named, and apparently all attempts to reach out to NRS were declined. The dev claims he was forced to watch videos of people dying in office. I mean, it could be fake, but I'm not sure. But yeah. Oh, someone responded, the watching deaths for reference is more than likely true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, okay, so that makes sense. Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay, so, yeah, okay. Yes, yes, yes. It would make sense that they would be watching live leak videos. Okay, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. It's not like there's a law preventing that, right? Of having to use that as reference. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! No wonder. Okay, yeah. I mean, if you're watching like if you're watching live leak, you're forced to watch live leak videos late into the night. Overworked and burnt out. Yeah, that I would wager you would probably need some kind of like traumatic like fucking yeah. No one has a problem with conservatives here. I also have conservative views. This propaganda poster was created by a mass police force, alluding to human beings being the mutated flood, which a UNSC destroys and kills with prejudice, but it's just a meme from an official professional government account that attracts a certain type of person, and clearly you. That's cool, man. God bless your righteous mission, though. Keep licking those boots. Yeah, I mean, sorry, I don't mean to go on a really long tangent. Random, but if you suffer a traumatic event, you should play Tetris within 6 hours. It'll help with PTSD. What? Okay. I remember reading that they had to use animal carcasses as reference material. Yeah, that's nasty as well, right? Power to the players. Trump literally, dude, Jesus. Is that Palpatine plus Trump together? Holy shit. Oh my god, that looks nasty as fuck. Trump literally talked shit about video games and gamers until someone told him to cut it out. Has increased prices on shit gamers buy as a direct result of his stupid, haphazard, authoritarian, dumb shit executive orders. And then these motherfuckers think he is a fan and gives a shit about Halo gamers. Lol, he's worse than Master Cheeks. Damn. Joe, someone should tell this dude that the tariffs did in fact increase the price in the first price increase for Xbox. Experts agree, even other CEOs admit. I feel like Joe I feel like Joe types like a boomer. Like he types as a millennial. Like you can tell if someone types like a millennial, right? Like if you ever get DM'd by Steven, like I feel like Steven just types like a millennial. Like you can tell when someone's a millennial just by the way they type. Yeah, especially when they use emojis like that. Jesus Christ. Trump is creating, announcing, and rescinding and re-announcing tariffs anytime anyone makes a TV ad he doesn't like. Pay the fuck attention. He's enabling corporate greed. Do you think Trump wants regulation and higher taxes on these companies, or the opposite? Glad to see Angry Joe throwing his hat into the ring. No, he's always thrown his hat into the ring. Okay, like he's always done this. Okay, yeah. But it's just right now, Angry Joe isn't at his peak anymore. Like he is YouTube royalty, but he is admired because of how long he's been doing content creation, okay, and how successful he's been at it. But he's not at his peak anymore, so there's not much of a spotlight shone on him. But he's definitely like spoke his mind out against Trump for years. So yeah. I'll time the corner Aspen goes, sit down, shut the fuck up. Nah, they won't shut the fuck up because there's money to be made. So then that gives these corporations whose sole objective is to make more profit the cover they need by increasing prices. By the way, tariffs are taxes on you. Hope you were told that too. We are paying these tariffs as much or more than what these companies are. True. Joe, so no reason at all to hate police who abuse their power. Sure. Masked police forces who kidnap and separate families at elementary schools and even at immigration court proceedings for naturalization. You clearly haven't seen. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad that Angry Joe is more educated on politics than 99% of people. It's just uh, it's just very sad, you know. Yeah, it's crazy. Pretending they don't only target really bad hombres, murderers, and killers instead of literally mothers, children, or hardworking dudes who might actually be good for some shit and pay billings and taxes. Immigrants belong in America. There are other ways to handle illegals already here working their ass off besides another $75 billion of your dollars for Trump's military like Gestapo force. These people are gonna get used to power tripping, putting their boots to people's neck. Who is next after? True. Oh no, Grummz, what will we do? Holy shit. Is Angry Joe really replying to Endymion, who tweeted at him first? Please help! Help him! Help us all! Someone save us from the big bad Angry Joe, who didn't like our precious government's propaganda poster. Wow, lol, goddamn dude, you're such a little crying bitch over here. Get over it already. We can all see what you're doing. Pathetic. Dude, wait, are you actually fucking stupid? I never said. Okay, so this person said something about Master Chief, and this is just a reply by Joe. I'm just reading these tweets now, okay? I'm Bo Blacks, alright? Dude, wait, are you actually fucking stupid? I never said anything about Halo not being a religious game. I never even mentioned religion in my original tweet that triggered your snowflake ass. You brought up religion to somehow defend the government use of the meme. How? Lol. I just took issue with the government using Halo to engage in dumb shit culture wars to divide us. I take it back. You literally aren't better than this. Calling me retarded and a dumbass off rip? All while you're over here arguing with yourself about Halo's religion? Maybe you should change your name to dumbass. Dumbass. Okay. I mean, he does. Listen, he does talk like a boomer, okay, like a millennial. But I mean, factually, he's just on point. Like, I'm sorry, he's just factually on point. Okay. I'll post about Trump every time you do, my love, Jeremy. You should keep posting about Trump, Joe. Never stop. Destroy him. So Joe says, I'll post about Trump every time you do, my love. Nah, lol, JK. We both know that's a lie. I could never keep up with your Trump post count. That would be impossible. Nobody polishes his schlong like you do with the Trump 240 pounds of pure Muscle King memes. Keep him coming. Dude, I think Joe should talk to Steven. Why not? Like, he's another massive old YouTube figure who is anti-Trump and is fighting a bunch of, like, random fucking people, right? Why not? Yeah. Oh yeah, guys, like the stream and please support by donating, okay, if you're able to. Thank you. Mike Johnson describes Trump's mental decline and unhinged behavior.
The president was checked out of his job for quite some time, and everybody
This better not be
knows
copyrighted.
it. And there was a cover-up. The people around him.
Foodshops, your audience is all millennials. Why are you roasting us like this? So, dude, the group that roasts millennials the most is millennials, okay? Straight up.
Who were using, they would give him scripts to follow. They would point him literally in the direction, stand here, sir, wave like this. And he didn't know what he was signing.
So this is an executive order on flag burning?
So there's all sorts of just incredible implications. It sounds like a terrible novel or something, but this is reality. He pardoned categories of violent criminals and turned them loose on the streets.
He is pardoning some 1,500 January 6 rioters who have been convicted for participating in the attack on the Capitol 4 years ago.
A January 6 rioter who was pardoned by President Trump has been arrested and charged with making a credible death threat against Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
You can't allow a president to check out and have unelected, unaccountable, faceless people making massive decisions for the country.
Okay, I don't know what's with the music, but okay, thanks. Courtroom sketches released for Destiny's hearing transcript. Shitpost. Are these AI generated? Oh man. This is AI, right? Yep, this is definitely AI. Okay. What? What is this? Stop! What the fuck is this, dude? What, dude? What? Stop, stop. He doesn't even look like this. Okay, stop. He's just, dude, fuck me. Bro, what, dude, what is he? Fucking Kaladin's Stormblast? Why the fuck does he have blue eyes? What the fuck? Whatever, I don't care. People who shouted, drain the swamp. Okay, those fucking copyright. Okay, moving on. Nick Fuentes Juan, he is mainstream now. Brad Palumbo. Wait, he's the... Isn't he the billionaire guy? Oh, journalist, sorry. No, he's not the billionaire guy. Sorry, my bad. Oops. Nick Fuentes Juan, he is mainstream now. The years-long effort which I participated in to gatekeep the anti-Semitic hateful freaks out of the Republican Party and conservative movement failed. You can object to this and leave the Republican Party as I have. But to pretend that strict standards of decency or integrity still exist in the modern conservative movement is to delude yourself. Okay, I'm guessing that he's a conservative journalist person. Okay. That's a based reference? Holy moly. Yeah, well, you only get the reference if you're based. Okay, sorry. Legal journey before destination. See, this is how I know I have a millennial audience, okay? Because I know I can just make fucking Stormlight references off the rip and people just get them. Okay, this is how I know. Like, that's how I know. I have a millennial audience.
You could say Destiny's irresponsible.
What's this? Destiny 1 month ago, in relation to recent vague posting clues that Rose is not exactly as they seem, audio increased. I'm 26, by the way.
You could say Destiny's irresponsible. You could say a lot of things, but first off, the person's age hasn't been confirmed.
False. Just because you're too lazy to look doesn't mean that.
Second,
This one parking ticket does indeed exist. At this point, though, with how crazy the thing is, I don't even know if I ever spoke to this actual person, okay? I don't even know at this point, all right? Because again, all of the information, it's not like there's a victim that's come forward or somebody related to the situation that's come forward. All of the information is spun off of the tidbits that this guy basically leaked on Kiwi Farm.
Say the words. You are retarded. Those words are accepted.
Who is trying to blackmail and extort me. That's where, and then all of the research has just been to try to destroy my career. That's it. Nobody cares about like a victim or any other bullshit here. Like that's where all of the information is coming from. Not to say that it is necessarily wrong or necessarily right or whatever. Like things can be right or wrong past that, but it's not, there's a lot of weird stuff. Whatever by the time this court case ends, and then hopefully more, by the time everything is like settled with this, there are going to be some collection of facts where some things are very hard to account for because something very fucking weird happened.
Who knows? I do not know. Bro, it would be kind of crazy if, like... Dude. Bro, what could this be? Like, because I remember when people were saying... like, oh yeah, Rose is solo, right? But that can't be true, right? That can't be true. By the way, yes, even I do not know, okay? But I feel like they can't be true. Like, there's no way that's true, right? Rose just can't be solo. There's no way. Right? Right? Please? Please? Please. I don't think I'm ready for a plot twist like that. Please. I don't think I'm ready, okay? Oh man, I'm gonna play this
you could
again.
say Destiny's irresponsible. You could say a lot of things, but first off, the person's age hasn't been confirmed.
False. Just because you're too lazy to look doesn't mean that.
Second,
This one parking ticket does indeed exist. At this point, though, with how crazy the thing is, I don't even know if I ever spoke to this actual person, okay? I don't even know at this point, all right? Because again, all of the information, it's not like there's a victim that's come forward or somebody related to the situation that's come forward. All of the information is spun off of the tidbits that this guy basically leaked on Kiwi Farms, who was trying to blackmail and extort me. That's where, and then all of the research has just been to try to destroy my career. That's it. Nobody cares about like a victim or any other bullshit here. Like that's where all of the information is coming from. Not to say that it is necessarily wrong or necessarily right or whatever. Like things can be right or wrong past that, but it's not. There's a lot of weird stuff. Whatever by the time this court case ends, and then hopefully more, by the time everything is like settled with this, there are going to be some collection of facts.
Bro, Stormlight Archive, if it was in the hood. Say the words, motherfucker! I don't know. And then it would be like, Ninja, these words are accepted. Okay, dude, fuck. Sorry, my bad.
Where some things
okay,
are
sorry,
very
I'm
hard
just
to
still
account
mind
for, 'cause
stuck on
something
Brandon
very
Sanderson.
fucking weird happened.
Yeah. There are way too many impressionable morons in this country. I knew nothing about this guy besides he was a Nazi. So wait, you're just America first and just want to stop AIPAC? Which is like, no, Rose can't be the same person. Like, Rose just can't be solo. Like, yeah, I just, there's just no way. Just mainly because they did subpoena Rose and something did come in that would identify Rose as a unique person, as her own person. So, like, yeah, I don't know. The Catfish Revelation arc is going to be cinema. I mean, if I were to guess, he could be like upplaying it and just going like, well, it turns out that they made a mistake on the driving record, and it turns out that she was actually 19 at the time. Like she was unironically 19 at the time or something. But like, yeah, there's like multiple, like, I don't know, like maybe that's the real plot twist because he says that it clears his name, right? I mean, not that he needs to clear his name, in my opinion, okay, at the very least. But like, yeah, I don't fucking know. Rose is a real person, but it's possible Solo was pretending to be Rose on DC the whole time, and that would be gay as fuck. That would be objectively gay as fuck, but I just don't know how he would find that out. Like, how the fuck... Like, I'm sorry, but how the fuck would he find that out? That's crazy! I don't know. I'm pretty confident Solo will be pursued. I mean, technically, it would be morally right to pursue solo, but I would understand if Steven decided not to pursue solo. Just mainly because, like, this entire thing just took out all the energy out of him, right? Like, why the fuck would you ever, like, why the fuck would you, like, wouldn't you want to break from legal litigation if you finish the case? Like, it doesn't matter whether or not he wins or loses. Like, don't you just want to take a break from it? I don't know. But like, if you were to try to press charges, by sending it to the DOJ and the FBI, then yeah, the packet does exist though. It's a legitimate packet. Yeah. But did Destiny talk to Rose actually, like over voice chat? See, that's the real question, right? Like, have they even talked over voice chat? Like, has that ever happened in the first place? Like, in order to verify whether or not they're using a voice changer, who the fuck knows? Okay, I don't think that's the case. Maybe they only DM'd, but whatever. They're way too impressionable morons. Okay. Charlie Kirk refused to even utter Nick Fuentes' name 3 months ago. Today, Tucker is giving him a softball interview.
My young adult son, he expressed some anti-Semitic takes on history, that maybe Hitler's motives for wanting to be rid of the Jews weren't so wrong, even if how he went about it was evil. And so I'd like to know where he's getting these lies. I've heard a little bit about the Groypers from Not the Bee. I'd never heard that term before. So my question to you is this: do you know some of the names of the influencers who are taking advantage of the conservative youth movement? I want to read
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
materials.
Yeah, so thank you. So first of all, I do know the names. I'm not going to repeat them because that only makes them and their little irrelevant circle bigger.
Nick Fuentes, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I wanted to meet you. I
For
thought
a
you
long
were a
time.
Fed. I was
and I thought you were a Fed.
I was a Fed.
Yeah.
I'm not a Fed. But whatever, I don't care what people
Yeah, we
think.
showed each other a badge as we know wrong.
Dude. I mean, you have to understand. You also have to understand that if it weren't for the beef between Nick Fuentes and Charlie Kirk, I feel like they would have teamed up together. Like, I feel like Charlie Kirk and Nick Fuentes would have teamed up together if it weren't for their beef. Because I'm pretty sure the beef was actually really fucking hardcore. Like, Nick Fuentes fans were constantly showing up at every single possible Charlie Kirk event to troll him on purpose. I mean, you can only troll someone on purpose, but whatever, okay? But but Nick Fuentes, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, it is pretty crazy. But just so you know, like, I would probably guess that Charlie Kirk, it's only because they have a beef, but otherwise they would have teamed up. But I ain't voting because both parties are the same.
You know, when you say,
oh, Bill Nye.
You know, when you say moving
The
a
science
highway 4
guy,
feet, it
Bill
doesn't sound very
Nye.
much, but you're talking about millions of tons of road
Yeah,
that have to
yeah.
be lifted, and that energy has to come from somewhere, and that's just the start of things.
Well,
And so when we start having crop failures and the drought that's in California continues, the economic cost.
Yeah, well, you can look at these things, and you can look at the climate realities, and even this NCA report says that the trend on tornadoes isn't certain. The IPCC report
So
says
you-
that the
so you
trend
don't
on
accept it.
hurricanes is uncertain. We're in the longest hurricane drought. I'm not a denier. I'm not a skeptic. What I'm saying is the climate is changing. Yes, man-made emissions are in some part to that, but we haven't seen these extreme weather event trends. The observed data doesn't prove that.
Well, so I
More
disagree.
importantly
So-
is the policy prescriptions, these greenhouse gas regulations coming down, prohibiting building new coal-fired power plants is just going to make us less equipped, less economically prosperous to handle these problems, whether they're more frequent and more
So
intense
let's
or
just
not.
start with, we don't agree on the facts, right? So this third report came out saying it's very serious. You say no, right? There's the essence of the problem, SE.
Okay. I saw a recent post. Blair White denies the statistics about right-wing violence and got reminded of this Bill Nye clip. Also, this similar. Oh, okay. I can't imagine interrupting Bill Nye like that. Oh, coal-fired plants might be a necessity for nations getting their boots on. Yeah. Them need to embrace nuclear energy. Yeah, okay, sure. Whatever. Okay. You think Trump is bad? Just remember it can always be worse. Oof. Stephen Miller. The actual skinhead. Saul Grover, how is it appropriate for a politician to speak like this? Riley Gaines, we're being destroyed from within. AOC, maybe if you channeled all this anger into swimming faster, you wouldn't have come in 5th. So Riley Gaines is the professional swimmer that came in 5th. against. So she tied with the transgender swimmer. And ever since then, she has been like going on a full hate campaign against the trans swimmer. But the thing is that like they both tied in 5th. But do you know all the people who won? Like the people who are top 3? I'm pretty sure they're all cis women. So it's like it's kind of funny that specifically in regards to that specific race, like we can argue or debate on whether or not being trans is like would fuck up your body enough to like do something faster or not, right? Or give you some kind of competitive advantage. But at the end of the day, what happened was that it's really just as simple as you guys are fighting for 5th place. You're fighting for 5th place. Okay? Chill, okay? Alright, big sis. Okay, listen, okay? Clearly, you weren't able to make it in swimming, so that is why you have to try to make it in grifting. So, I totally get it, alright? I understand. Maybe you're just actually salty about the people who won, okay? But you channeled it towards the person who tied in 5th place with you, okay? Loser. Okay, peace, snap. Emma Vigland says China is so much better than America. Wants Hassan to put in a good word with his handlers for her political refugee status. What?
I am. Are you leaving?
Yes.
All right.
Sorry, it was so brief, but I'll be in LA
course.
very soon.
Well, I'm not gonna be.
You're not gonna be in?
No, when you're there, I think we're in China.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah.
Do you know where you're going?
Yeah, everywhere. We're literally going everywhere.
Okay, well, the technology, the architecture.
We're gonna see all of that.
Everything is so much better.
I know. I'm gonna ask to be a refugee.
I know.
I'm gonna ask for a political refugee status.
I want it.
Oh, Brad Lander.
Can you put in a good word for me?
Cringe.
That generational
Bill Nye the Science kind of delivers historic speech at No King's protest against Trump 10 days ago. Oh. I can't believe he's still alive. I mean, you would have expected he would have passed away. Sorry, not appropriate.
We love that song. Hello,
Not
DC.
that old. Oh, okay. Oh, microphone feedback. Hello?
Fellow citizens, it is wonderful to see so many of us out here today.
Is that Bulletproof Class? I believe so.
We are here for the same reason our ancestors gathered here.
Makes sense.
In 1776. We want our government to run without a king. Our government is based on ideas embodied in the Constitution. Among other remarkable features, it guarantees our freedom to speak, as we're doing here today. Rather than doing one monarch's bidding, we have agreed to form a democracy, to work together, and to follow the laws that derive from it. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. As many of you know, I am a native Washingtonian. I grew up here within the city boundaries. And when you grow up here, the affairs of the federal government are very much a part of your life. I remember well sitting on my father's shoulders and waving to astronauts as we, as a nation, celebrated their accomplishments back in 1964. In 1964, that was the first year my parents could vote for president as citizens of the District of Columbia. We still do not have voting representation in the district. Someday, perhaps. I remember well Martin Luther King's dream and Resurrection City, the plywood structures on the National Mall erected to house protesters who came to town demanding equal rights and opportunities, barely a month after Dr. King had been assassinated. I remember well the Vietnam War. The mall was shoulder to shoulder, much as it is today. Traffic stopped citywide. The protest movement expanded. There were protests around the country, and the war was ended. We are protesting in the same fashion today.
Not really, but close enough.
Only today, the stakes are higher. Rather than abandoning a war against an elusive, perhaps sometimes imaginary foe, we are confronting the possible end of our republic. We are here to tell our lawmakers that what's going on in our government is wrong. They must stop the abuses of this petulant president and his circle of sycophants. No thrones, no crowns, no kings. This president and his associates cannot tolerate dissent. To them, our free speech is frightening. They are arresting people and denying due process in courts. They tried to silence television hosts. They're trying to fire or indict civil servants, prosecutors, judges, even their own cabinet members. But in this land, these sorts of actions are not new. In 1776, our ancestors had had enough. They declared independence from a king by means of a document stored safely right over there on Constitution Avenue in the National Archives. Although it was conceived 249 years ago, the Declaration of Independence describes a train.
Okay, cool. I get the point, good friend.
I mean, he's an invasive species.
What? Me when BF6 medics don't revive
He's
players.
an invasive species.
For California.
For the country. For the world. He's a wrecking ball, not just the symbolism and substance of the East Wing. He's wrecking alliances, truth, trust, tradition, institutions.
Cool. I can't keep up with this crap anymore. I'm mentally drained seeing how fucking regarded this country is. Comments on videos about the government shutdown are full of people blaming the Democrats, talking about how bills have been proposed by Republicans to save SNAP. But Democrats are refusing, talking about how Obamacare sucks, saying and that it's a good thing people will be without it. I just don't know. What do you even do? Oh. Hey, a Black Pill post. Every day we have one of these. You stay sane by not worrying about the outcome. Just keep trying to do what you can. If you're trying to do something, just focus on the process. Otherwise, don't worry about it. All it will do is just create unnecessary anxiety. I'm also in a good mood right now, but there are definitely times where I want to crash out. I mean, I'll say this much. I don't want to read posts like this, okay? Because I feel like when I read posts like this, I just get more depressed, right? Because I know the state of the country. Like, I know how things are. I just don't need to make myself sadder by reading these, okay? If anything is making you sad or depressed or, you know, making you, like rue, like, the way that existence is right now, just don't read it. It's really simple as that, all right? Something is making you sad, don't read it, okay? A hater, block them, all right? An account that you don't like, that you hate, Tectone, block them. Like, why not? Just ignore them, all right? Yeah, like, if it's not productive to your life, it doesn't bring any value, why the fuck do you bring any attention to it, right? Express, like, yeah, I don't know, but...
And sowing chaos throughout Europe and beyond.
I'm doing this because I get paid, okay?
If anybody in this room thinks Putin will stop at Ukraine, I assure you he will not. But Ukraine can stop Putin. Ukraine can stop Putin if we stand with Ukraine and provide the weapons.
Oh yeah, people kind of forget that Ukraine has like what is it? God, I miss this guy. But like Ukraine has the largest army in Europe. Like, I'm pretty sure to this day they still have the largest army in Europe. They have a little tiny military academy, I believe, also in mainland Europe, about training European soldiers from different countries on drone warfare and sharing with them free combat data and free battlefield data. That kind of stuff, like, they don't need to share it. Like, the Ukrainians don't need to actually share that. The fact that they're even sharing it in the first place is of great value, especially to how modern warfare works, because you need experience on the field in order to understand how things work, right? You need experience on the field to know what's going on. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just keep that in mind, okay?
To defend itself.
Like, I'm just saying, should Ukraine fall, and then is it the Balkan states or is it the Baltic states? I fucking forgot. Like, I'm pretty there's a different whatever. Okay, I'm just talking about Kazakhstan. All the other countries to the left. Okay, like the immediate countries to the left of Ukraine. Okay, like with these with these countries, I'm just saying, Kazakhstan is actually a pretty big country, but like with these countries, just know that like they will not stand a chance against Putin. So then next coming up is just Poland. It's just Poland that's just coming up afterwards. Okay, so yeah, like if Ukraine ever falls, Poland, get ready. Okay, you better be ready to raise an army within a very short amount of time and train them necessary for drone warfare. Okay, good luck. Also be prepared for nukes. Good luck.
That is all. That is all Ukraine is asking. They're not asking for American soldiers. In fact, there are no American soldiers at war in Ukraine, and I'm determined to keep it that way. But now, assistance to Ukraine is being blocked by those who want to walk away from our world leadership. It wasn't long ago when a Republican president named Ronald Reagan thundered, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." Now, my predecessor, a former Republican president.
Kazakhstan is already a Russian proxy, no? I believe it's complicated. Like for countries like Belarus and Kazakhstan and all of these countries, technically they are considered to be sovereign countries, but there is a lot of Russian meddling, I believe, in these countries. But I also believe like the leadership behind these countries, even though they listen to the whims of Putin, I believe this is true for Belarus specifically. I'm not sure about Kazakhstan, but for Belarus, I have been told that the dictator for Belarus is very careful to balance the two. Like, be careful not to aggravate Putin too much, while at the same time trying to get away with as much as possible, like to keep the country away from Russia, basically. So like he seems to be playing like the long game as well, right? Like he's trying to learn how to deal with Putin specifically, right? A shrewd negotiator kind of. Yeah. Kazakhstan was opening more to the west lately. That's good.
It tells Putin,
I have a friend who lives there. So yeah, good stuff.
Quote, "Do whatever the hell you want." That's a quote. A former president actually said that, bowing down to a Russian leader. I think it's outrageous, it's dangerous, and it's unacceptable.
I'm sorry, but Biden is like infinitely more coherent than Trump, okay? It's not even close, all right? Like, I'm sorry, but this shit isn't even close, okay? Biden, like, you cannot tell me Biden is like less coherent than Trump. Dude, come on. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
America is a founding member of NATO, the military alliance of democratic nations created after World War II to prevent war and keep the peace. And today, we've made NATO stronger than ever. We welcomed Finland to the alliance last year. And just this morning, Sweden.
But they're not even but they're not even close to Russia, right?
Officially joined.
Are they?
Their minister is here tonight. Come here, stand up. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And they know how to fight. Mr. Prime Minister, welcome to NATO, the strongest military alliance the world has ever seen. I say
Person,
this to
woman,
Congress,
man, camera, TV.
we have to stand up to Putin. Send me a bipartisan national security bill. History is literally watching. History is watching. If the United States walks away, it will put Ukraine at risk. Europe is at risk. The free world will be at risk, emboldening another.
Finland is on the Russian border? Wait, is it really? Oh, shit! Oh, that's pretty big, no? Okay, good.
To do what they wish to do us harm. My message to President Putin, who I've known for a long time, is simple. We will not walk away. We will not bow down.
You kind of want to stop talking if you say stuff like that. Wait, like what? About Finland? I'm sorry that all the Europeans look the same to me. What the fuck?
I will not bow down. In a literal sense, history is watching. History is watching. Just like history watched 3 years ago on January 6th, when insurrectionists stormed this very Capitol and placed a dagger to the throat of American democracy. Many of you were here on that darkest of days. We all saw with our own eyes the insurrectionists were not patriots. They'd come to stop the peaceful transfer of power, to overturn the will of the people. January 6th lies about the 2020 election and the plots to steal the election posed a gravest threat to U.S. democracy since the Civil War. But they failed. America stood. America stood strong and democracy prevailed.
Open up a map? No, I will not. Okay. Looks like Musk's version of Wikipedia, but less woke and biased, is going very well. George Floyd was an American man with a lengthy criminal record. Nice, thank you, Grok. Okay. That was true, then she's guilty of cyber harassing because she sent a video of her former boyfriend, right, to, you know. Ukraine and Belarus are the only non-NATO nations west of Russia. Okay. Okay. What is food doing? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm covering the subreddit. Jane Doe's lawyers with the water analogy comes up. Okay. Alright, wait, hold on. I'm gonna check LSF.